All right, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Moose, and we are here going to be solo shoutcasting another Aegis Guardians League matchup. This one is going to be Crimson Legionaries versus Clown Gaming Gotham. This series was played on Friday, but this is the final game between these two teams. The winner of this one decided the entire series matchup. At this point, it was 1-1 with Clown Gaming Gotham winning game one, and then Crimson Legionaries taking it back and winning game two. So, with that being said, very important game on the line for both of these teams, and let's get into it. Starting off with the Crimson Legionaries. I believe that it is blue side. Let me just verify that one really quick because I don't want to make anything incorrect here. No, it's Clown Gaming Gotham. Pardon me. Yeah, Clown Gaming Gotham is going to be over on the blue side. I could have realized that because Clown Gaming Batman. So I'll remember that. Yeah, Clown Gaming Gotham going to be over on the blue side. You've got Potato Tomato playing as the Mordekaiser, Batman playing as the Hecarim, Diamandis playing as the Victor, Induced as the Zaya, and Potato as the Rel. Meanwhile, you got Fifth playing as the Kled, Sejuani played by Kanye, Buckbee playing as the J4, and Amantius playing as the Bot Vigar, and Prophet Lou playing as the Senna. So a bit of an interesting matchup here, especially in the mid lane. It's going to be a J4 versus a Victor, unless they do some sort of role swap, and Adamantis does go and end up going into the mid lane. I don't see a lot of J4s, and I don't see a lot of Vigars in the mid when they do have a J4 mid, but that is going to be the case. Okay, well then, could be fun. I will be honest with you, I don't know what the play is like here. From what it looks like is gonna just be the poke from the J4, the Dragon Strikes, just to be able to get that CS out of range, try to be able to poke down the Victor here, especially in the early game, should be fairly easy to do so. But you got to be careful. If you go for your poke against the Victor, you lose out on CS, which is what we saw there in that last little exchange. But whenever the J4 goes forward, he's going to get hit by the Victor, and that's going to be dealing a little bit of damage in that. So going to be a pretty interesting setup here. Meanwhile, topside, Fifth, the Kled is not having a fun time. Going to lose Scarl, going to get hit by the Decimate, and is now down to just about 50 HP. Flash for both players getting used. A little bit of a unnecessary flash from Potato Tomato. I don't think he really got anywhere with it, so not going to be the best use of it, but he does survive, and Fifth also survives as well, getting to level 2. And as such, if you guys are interested and you guys are enjoying the Aegis Guardians League content, please feel free to watch the Aegis Guardian League every Friday. Cursive and I will be casting the Winter Split. Should be a ton of fun for that. You guys are tuning into this one as it is getting launched. We do have week 2 starting up this Friday, 5 p.m. like I said, so definitely stop by and enjoy the show for sure. Other than that, it is a pretty important game for both of these teams. They were able to each win a game. I did actually cast game 2. It was the one that Crimson Legionaries did indeed win. But that was my test cast to see how I was able to record things. And unfortunately, I had just too many issues. It would just be a little bit too difficult to try to go in for any sort of play in terms of trying to actually use it for a recorded and broadcasted game. So unfortunately not going to reveal that one, but at the end of the day, it was a Crimson Legionaries win. It was a tough one, but it was a good game nonetheless. We saw Kanye playing as a Sejuani in that one. We saw Fifth playing as Poppy. I remember that for sure. And so now I'm excited to see how they are going to be able to perform here. Now with this J4 in the mid lane, what does that mean for him? I mean, at least in the first couple of levels, before Diamantis gets those augments, gets those kills, and gets those augments, he has not had a tough game. He's done pretty well. He's in an even CS position with the Victor at the 4-minute mark. So definitely putting in some good work there. We've got a TP advantage in the top lane, but we've also got a gank. Batman is in the area, and they're going to try to go for it. Nice engage from Potato. Going to be able to get a lot of damage in Prophet. Lou going to be flashing away along with Adamantis. Nice use of the Event Horizon to deny any extra follow-up. And so both flashes and the cleanse from Prophet Lou getting used. No exhaust lane here in the bot lane. It's fairly common to see when you have a APC and you have a fasting Senna as well. So it's gonna be, I think, pretty it's gonna be a pretty rough game for Crimson Legionaries, especially in the bottom lane. I'm not a fan of Vigar, but in the bot lane, but like we can see the problems with having a Vigar who really doesn't have a lot of power in the first 10 minutes or so really come into light here. He's only got the Doran's Ring, and he's already behind by 12 CS. That's a pretty massive amount. Speaking of a massive amount, we got a lot of damage coming in from Buckby onto Diamandis. Going to be down to about 300 HP, but has extra pots and should be able to get back and should be okay. Also want to point out that it is an extra teleport for Clown Gaming Gotham. Diamandis and Potato Tomato have it. But speaking of Potato Tomato, with that teleport, he is going to be back topside. It is going to be potentially Potato Tomato maybe falling short here. Fifth is going to try to pick up the kill before he falls. He's going to try to move in. Can he get it? He does. First blood is going to go towards the Kled. Now can they get out? The answer is no. Batman will make it a 1-for-1. Gold, I think, going a little bit better in favor of Clown Gaming Gotham because they were able to get the assist money, but the extra 400 gold going into Fifth's pockets will pick up the Caulfield Warhammer when he does come back. The only issue is that he does not have teleport, and that is a wave that is crashing in. He will lose that wave and the CS lead, some of the CS lead that he got because he was unable, or because he died there in that gank. So really good timing from Batman. He was able to get in right at the perfect moment to deny a lot of the CS. That full wave and full cannon wave. It's a lot of gold that Fifth was not able to get because he was dead. So really solid play there. I think being paid dividends with that as well. We saw in the mid lane the gank from Kanye being successful. Cataclysm getting used, and Diamandis will fall, even using Chaos Storm in the fray. But will be able to come back and is still in an even CS game, although he is behind in gold because he did lose that 300 gold, or give that 300 gold over because of the kill that Buckby was able to get. So, I mean, so far, it's still not been, punished. This mid lane J4, he does have maneuverability. He's got the flag and drag to be able to get himself back onto his side if he does end up even getting ganked by Batman. He's got Cataclysm to give himself a little bit of extra burst damage so that if he does end up going into a 1v1, he does have the chance to potentially get the kill onto the victor. And with no flash on Diamandis either, it is going to be definitely an easily gankable lane for Buckby and for any junglers to try to go for it. It's going to be the gravity well dropping right on to the Cataclysm that Buckby went through. He won't get the kill, but he does end up picking up a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough to stop the kill for Kanye. We do have charge getting used. The dragon is going to get taken, and the charge will land on to Diamandis. Flash is going to get used to be able to get away from the gravity well, and Fifth will pick up the kill, making it a 1-for-1 play mid lane for jungle. However, Kanye used Flash, and the Ocean Drake was given over to Clown Gaming Gotham because of the misplay there over at the Dragon Pit. So nicely done coming in from the Gotham squad to be able to pick up the dragon, and the kill on top of that is still in the lead gold-wise because of the increased CS, a lead, and the extra turret plates that Induced has been able to get into this bottom lane, who is really having a field day here against this Vigar. 74-52, 22 CS advantage. I mean, if you think, maybe that the Vigar will be able to outscale as they go past, I mean, 21, if you're getting 21 gold per melee minion, and half of those melee minions, let's just say that half the CS lead is melee minions, right? So that's 27. So let's say 14 out of those minions are melee minions, you've got an extra 300 gold in your pocket based off of your CS advantage against Annie Mantis. So that's going to really come into effect. And you've got, a pretty substantial lead regardless. 25 gold or 25 CS advantage, resulting in a 700 gold lead there, plus the extra 80 gold that he got from the, or not the 80, but the 120 gold that he got from the turret plates going down as well. So he's definitely in a pretty substantial lead, Induced is, and that's where you want your ADC to be, especially Azaya. Gonna stop the back from the Vygar, going for some window shopping as well. Just any sort of disruptions that you can get, stopping the power of the Vygar from going. He actually, I don't know if he actually is going to back now. He is kind of forced to stay here. If he leaves, he loses the wave. But that is not the fight that's going on right now. Kanye is looking for another neutral objective, and he's gonna look to go for the Rift Herald. And Clan Gaming Gotham have decided to concede that one. They will not allow, or they will not try to go for the fight, but instead they will just take it. Going to be a solid play there. But meanwhile, bot side, I mean, they're paying for that because of another turret plate getting taken. Event Horizon's used, so they will back off, but that is 4 turret plates in 11 minutes for Induced and Potato, adding the gold lead even further. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a really risky dive, actually. Fifth going to fall, but Diamandus will fall for the 3rd time in the game, so it is a 2-for-2 play. Cataclysm getting used, Flash getting used, Ignite getting used. I was definitely in the wrong part of the Rift that time. But, man, yeah, so we've had a lot of, pretty important plays coming in that are, I think, really giving Clan Gaming Gotham the nice advantage that they want. Prophet Lou is now in trouble, going to be left to die. Senna's going to flash, does also have cleanse, so we'll be able to survive that gank. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Death Realm's going to get used. Kanye will pick up the kill onto Potato Tomato, but not before taking Buckbee down. So, man, my observing talents this game have not been good. I have been missing some pretty major kills here, so I'll have to be a little bit better with that. I know I could cheat. And put on the I could put on the client, the timetable client, to see where everything was at. I loved that from Potato, able to avoid the event horizon by using his W, and that's going to result in Prophet Lou getting ticked down here. Killing spree for Batman and a kill for Induced. He will fall to the Primordial Burst, and it's a double kill with Potato falling as well. So both bot lane members falling, but they will pick up Prophet Lou in the exchange. They'll keep the turret alive for the time being. The side of Crimson Legionnaires will. So all in all, I mean, that is a play that you want. You got 2 gold, or you got 2 kills now. You're back to within 500 gold of Induced in the bot lane, and now Fifth, he's going to be in a 1v1. Potato Tomato is going to be down to about 300 HP. Fifth is just trying to go for those buster shots, but won't be able to pick up the kill, and Potato Tomato will be able to get out of lane and survive that. So we are 13 minutes into the game. 2-1-1 on Buckbee, and also 2-0-0 on Animantis. Will give them enough gold to pick up the Everfrost and the Eclipse. Now, Everfrost does give you that positioning tool. It does give you the opportunity to also, or keep someone in their place, so you do land your combo for the Vygar. However, it is a cheaper mythic item than, say, the Luden's Tempest, and it's not going to have that much of a burst impact. But maybe that's not the play here. Maybe that isn't what matters, as Induced does get hit by the root. The play is happening. Buckbee is in trouble, does have Cataclysm ready. Glacial Prison will get used to be able to make sure that the J4 is able to run away, but he goes back in for no reason and falls to Induced. Free kill given over to the Xayah. Fifth is in the area, does teleport in, so he does make it still a 4v4 situation. Charge is up and ready, so he could potentially try to go for it, and he will. He's going to get picked onto Batman, but Max Potato with a great Magnet Storm to be able to deny any sort of follow-up. He will fall, but Fifth is going to have to back off as well, with Scarl leaving. I mean, that was some great delay. The support does fall. You do, are sad that you do lose the support, but you do at least, give a lot of disruption there, and that was pretty big. Had they been able to kill Fifth, that would have been a big play, but Batman is going to be able to pick up the Dragon, the second Drake of the game, going towards Clown Gaming Gotham, and Kanye is going to go in. He's all alone. Kanye, what are you doing? Crimson Legionaries giving up yet another kill in that play. And on top of that, Potato Tomato is going to pick up a turret as well. And this Rift Herald getting taken is going to fall before he can even get a headbutt. So, yeah, Crimson Legionaries, some interesting macro plays with the Rift Herald and trying to go for the Dragon. Going to result in you losing a lot of potential in the mid game. Scarl's going to come back just in time. Potato Tomato's in trouble. And so, yes, Fifth will take that kill. But, I mean, this was a big swing in favor of Clown Gaming Gotham. They get the kill onto Buckbee. They get the kill on to Kanye. They lose a support. And then they're able to take the Dragon as well. So, Dragon in 2 kills for 1 kill. And then Fifth being able to pick up 1 in the top lane. Like, that's not the best trade. And it works out really well for Crown Gaming Gotham. They now have 2 Drakes. They have the chance to potentially go in for even more Drake and Dragon Soul stacking, which is going to be really good because you do pick up the really powerful and high priority Infernal Soul for this one, which definitely is going to benefit them if they are able to pick it up. Remember, Infernal Drake does give extra damage and ability power to your carries. So players like Induced, Potato Tomato, Diamandis are going to really appreciate that, as well as, obviously the carries for Crimson Legionaries as well. Meanwhile, if you get the soul, it's that AoE damage, which could really come into importance if Animantis is able to pick up the soul. That extra AP means that that AoE burst is going to be a lot, but now Buckbee is in trouble. Batman is going to be able to use his E to be able to get away from the Cataclysm, and now is going to go for the Onslaught of Shadows, going to fear Fifth onto the tower. Batman will fall, and so that's going to be a shutdown going over to the Sejuani. Maybe not the character that you wanted it to go for. Featherstorm's going to get used, so Prophet Lou is going to try to escape that. Will not get rooted from the play, but we'll see the Zaya fall into the Event Horizon, going to get slowed by the Everfrost, and Amantis will survive, getting away from the knockup that Potato was trying to go for. So bot lane will lose their Vygar's flash, and the Featherstorm is going to get used. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Buckbee and Kanye are looking to be able to stop the push from Potato Tomato and Diamandis, which they will. And so we get a reset. 2 minutes remaining until the Dragon spawns. Rift Herald being alive, and 2:35 remaining until Baron Nashor is on the board. We've really reached the mid game here. We've got a very slight lead in favor of Clown Gaming Gotham. It is an even gold game, but objective-wise, the power of the objectives that have been given and taken by Clown Gaming Gotham have definitely been putting in work. Potato is going to be able to land the root on, or get rooted from Prophet Loop, and now the teleport is coming in. Fifth is going to be there as well, so it is a 3v3. Kanye is going to come in to make it a 4v3, and will be able to land the stun onto Potato. Potato will fall, but a teleport is now going to come in from Diamandis now, trying to be able to potentially even the odds. Kanye is low. Death Realm was used, and Kanye will fall. That's going to be a little bit of damage and extra resistances for Potato Tomato, but will it be enough? Cataclysm's going to get used. Buckbee's going to get caught inside it, and he will fall. 3v3. The tower is so low. Everyone getting involved in this play, but no real advantages. Trading up, actually, over on the side of CG Batman and the rest of the Clown Gaming Gotham squad, as they then pick up a kill onto Prophet Lou as well. Diamandis is in trouble. Featherstorm's going to get used, and that'll be a kill for Induce. That is now 4 for 3 in favor of Clown Gaming Gotham. Onslaught of Shadows to try to be able to get Induced alive, but it will not be enough. Fifth is there, has Scarl's help, and will get a triple kill for his efforts. Huge play. Diamandis going way too far forward, really trying to be able to pick up the kill onto Animantis, and sure does, but at the cost of the rest of the squad. The only person surviving that fight was Fifth and this Kled. So really, really good play there. I think, working out in... really not working out in the favor of the Crimson Legionaries. These kills are going over to the Kled. I mean, you want them to go over towards... I mean, the Kled is not a bad choice. Like, you do get he's got Gore Drinker, he has Titanic Hydra, but you want those kills going over to Adamantis on this Vigar. You want him to be ahead. You want him to be able to get the extra Phenomenal Evil stacks. You want him to be able to go for that big burst, to be able to drop some of these carries before they can do anything. And right now, like, these carries are pretty protected. Crownless Shadow Queen for Diamandis, but hold that thought. Glacial Prism's going to get used. Potato and Potato Tomato are going to get caught in it, but it's not going to cause the stun or any sort of root, so they'll be able to back off. Event Horizon is back online now for Adamantis. Going to try to go for another one, and will be able to, like, pretty much get the side of Clan Giving Gotham divided, but it's not going to really put any effect in. Buckbee is taking a lot of damage for the Infernal Drake and will back off as well. So everyone is here for this fight. Everyone wants the Infernal Drake. Clan Giving Gotham wants to be able to get it for the Dragon Soul point scare. And also, you want to see if Crimson Legionnaires can get it so that they could potentially stop the Dragon stacking. And both teams, pretty much even gold, are looking to be able to do it. What can Fifth do? Charge is up. What will he bring to the table? What will Induced bring to the table? He's got the Eclipse. He almost has the Muramana back online. It'll probably activate in this fight, but now Charge is going to get used. The initiation is going in. Induce will use Featherstorm to be able to get away from that damage, but a nice use of the Event Horizon. Induce will fall in that play, and now Potato's going to try to go for the Magnet Storm. It's going to be Buckbee in fifth in the area, but it's Adamantis falling. Prophet Lou is now doing what he can in the back line, but it's not going to be enough. Buckbee will get the kill on to Diamandis before Prophet Lou falling as well. The Death Realm is coming in clutch. Batman and Kanye are now facing off against each other. Fifth will win the battle against Potato Tomato. And now it's Batman B Fifth. Batman's going to try to run away and sure will. So once again, Fifth with 3 kills. It's a double kill for Batman. Now an 11 and 2 Kled. He has the Destruction Rune, so we'll pick up the mid tower, and no one gets the Drake. So another initiated fight from Crimson Legionaries. I mean, they get the Event Horizon, and they get the Featherstorm out early from Induced, so he's not able to get that protection that he needs to be able to stop the extra layered on CC that the rest of the Crimson Legionary squad has, and so he falls relatively quickly, but Diamandis is able to drop a great gravity well. The Chaos Storm deals a lot of damage there. Potato Tomato able to use the Death Realm pretty effectively to get the kill onto Adamantis, and Prophet Lou fall in that exchange. Yes, Fifth is able to get it, but now we're going to go in for a fight. Once again, the Onslaught of Shadows going to be able to obliterate Buckbee into the Chaos Storm. Primordial Burst getting used on Potato. That is not the target that you want. The rest of the carries are still alive, and Batman is now on a killing spree. Prophet Lou's going to get dragged back in, and that's going to be enough to be able to secure the kill onto the Senna. Fifth does not have Scarl just yet, and the rest of the Batman, or the Gotham squad, are looking to be able to pick up the Drake. Will they be able to do it? The answer is yes. The dragon will fall. And now we've got Clan Gaming Gotham at Soul Point. Adamantis is in trouble. He's going to get hit by the tower. He's going to get executed. So no gold getting taken over. But once again will fall and will not be able to pick up any more CS than he already has. Just stopping the power of this Vigar a little while longer. So that is the main thing here, is that, you know, Primordial Burst, the damage that Fifth is able to bring into the table wasn't really too effective. Potato falls, but, you know, that's your support. You want to be able to get it onto one of your carries, and that wasn't what happened there. Potato's going to fall because of Charge getting used by Fifth, and so the rest of Clan Gaming Gotham is going to have to back off. Baron is on the table, but Potato Tomato does have teleport to potentially contest against that. But they're not really worried about it. They're going to decide to go for it. And I'm waiting to see if Adamantis shows bot side, because if they do, that would be a 4v4. Potato Tomato does have teleport, and he does show that is a 4v4 play. And so teleport will get used, and the rest of Crimson Legionaries will have to back off. They know that they cannot win a fight without the APC and the damage that the Vigar is bringing to the table, and so they wisely back away. was a bit of a question mark, I would say, from Adamantis there. I don't know why he went bot side, maybe to clear out the wave, but when the rest of your team is doing Baron and you are so important in being able to land that burst damage and to be able to pick up, an important kill on one of the carries, either Diamandis or Induced, the fact that you are bot side when the rest of your team is trying to do Baron, even though you take the support, that isn't necessarily the right play there. And that's not a fight that Crimson Legionaries can take really, safely. Yes, you do take down the support, but your carries are still online. Batman is still online. Potato Tomato is able to teleport in, and so wise decision for Crimson Legionaries to back off of Baron. They weren't able to pick that up, and now with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining until the next dragon spawns, I'm curious to see how it's going to play out, and will we see Clown Gaming Gotham get a 27-ish minute Infernal Soul that could be the determining factor to decide who wins this game? So pretty interesting, I think. Both these teams have, really shown some pretty strong importance here, some strong plays, but let's hold that thought. We're going to get another charge from Fifth. It's going to land onto Potato. He'll just walk away from that one. And so now they're going to get re-engaged upon. Fifth is there, but a huge onslaught of shadows. Batman with 4 members using that onslaught of shadows. It's going to be a shutdown onto Fifth. The Death Realm is going to get used onto Adamantis. He is in trouble. He is all alone. Primordial Burst gets used, but Adamantis falls. Potato Tomato, huge on that kill. A big onslaught of shadows from Batman, getting 4 fears and displacing the rest of Crimson Legionaries from being able to go into that fight and pick up any extra support. Fifth falls all alone and gives 1,000 gold over to the side of Crown Gaming Gotham. Connie's going to try to go in for the seal, but it will not be enough, and it will end up being the win, in terms of Baron, I should say, for Clown Gaming Gotham. Unfortunate there from Crimson Legionaries. That is a big turning point in these games, and that's what I've noticed here as I've been casting a lot of these gold level matchups, is that it just seems like it takes just one moment, one misplay, and the entirety of a game that one team could have been in the lead for a while, ends up resulting in a big turnaround for the other team. Now with Baron online for Clown Gaming Gotham, it's their opportunity to see if they can finish the job and take this win. They have the dragon spawning in 30 seconds. They've got Baron on all 5 members. They have the opportunity to really put in the finishing touches in this game and finish the job. Potato's going to get hit upon, and Adamantis will use the Primordial Burst to pick up the kill. Batman's in trouble. Use Onslaught of Shadows defensively. Induce will get the root. Diamandis will drop the Gravity Well, and so Potato will fall. Big play there for Crimson Legionaries. Yes, the support falls, but now they're going to go in once again. A lot of damage, though, from the carries. Diamandis and Induce pick up the kill onto Buckby and Kanye, but Batman falls as well. Fifth is now looking to be able to get Scarl back, which he does. Gravity Well will get used. Fifth is going to be in the Death Realm against Potato Tomato and will use his flash to try to be able to get away, and sure does survive. 200 HP remaining. Adamantis and Prophet Lou are still alive, but Potato Tomato is full HP. He is a one tanky, beefy boy and has some damage with that Demonic Embrace. If they're going to try to go for this here, I wonder if they're going to be able to make it happen. Induced! Picking up the kill onto Prophet Lou. That is going to be the back off, and that's going to be Infernal Soul. The AoE damage, the extra power of this big dragon going to go over to Clown Gaming Gotham, and they will be able to pick it up at the 28-minute mark. They still have Baron online for another 40 seconds, and you have to think, with Infernal Soul taken, with the Baron right now, with a 3,000 gold lead, that they've got enough power with that Infernal Soul to be able to finish the job and take this win for them. So now we wait to see what Crimson Legionaries' next move will be. Baron buff ending in 13 seconds. They should wait before doing any sort of move until that time. The rest of Clown Gaming Gotham, though, in the bot side of the Rift, they're going to look to go for this tower in the inner tower, bottom lane. Adamantis is there, does have decent clear, and will now, be pretty powerful. Has the Rabadon's Death Cap, second item, also has the Everfrost, and is now up to 722 AP with 246 stacks of Phenomenal Evil. So, it has been stacking fairly well ever since, the really tough early game, the first 10-ish minutes or so, and those Phenomenal Evil stacks don't one-shot the minions. It's tough to be able to get that CS, and it's tough to be able to stay in, CS contention with Azaya, and they're still dealing with the effects of that, still in the deficit by about 40. Kanye is going to be in trouble. Induce is going to be able to pick up the kill on to Adamantis, and Kanye will fall to Diamandis. So that's 2 kills for nothing over here as the rest of Clown Gaming Gotham looks to put in the finishing touches of this game. Also, Shadows is still available. You got Featherstorm still available for Induced, and they're going to push forward with this minion wave. They're going to be able to have enough extra HP. They don't even need it. The inhibitor turret falls with 2 members down. Fifth is now finally in the area. What do they decide to do here? Edge of Night actually picked up by Buckby is going to get popped, so won't have that as a play or as a opportunity just yet. Now, Clan Gaming, they have an open inhibitor that they can siege upon in the bot lane. They have the inner turret down in the mid lane, but instead of going any further, they know that Adamantis and Kanye are back up, so they will decide to back off for the time being and reset, going in for a new play. But since getting the Baron, since getting the Infernal Soul, Clown Gaming Gotham has continued to increase the lead. Their gold is up to 5.6k in their advantage. They still have an outer turret alive in the bottom lane as well. So, I mean, that is pretty good for them. They've been able to keep up defensively. And unfortunately, when you don't really have an ADC to knock down these turrets, that's what happens. You tend to have difficulties being able to get these turrets taken care of. Fifth does, have some sieging potential, has Demolish as well. So, he does have those opportunities, but not necessarily the same power that an ADC would have. You've got about 18 seconds until Baron is spawning at the moment. Vision control of the Baron pit and the river going towards Clown Gaming, and now Fifth in the bottom lane. He is pressuring. Maybe a little bit of a premature teleport there. He could have potentially still pushed forward because they were worried that maybe Clown Gaming was just going to rush the Baron down. And now they're going to be playing into their hand. Maybe Unstoppable or Onslaught of Shadows is going to get used. Prophet Lou will use Dawning Shadows. And Batman is alive for a long time. Magnus Sword is going to be used to keep everyone in the area. Buckby is all alone in the Cataclysm. And it's a double kill for Adamantis, but a kill for Induce, making him unstoppable. Death Realm now against Fifth, who's going to try to get away from the Mordekaiser, which he does, but so much damage. Fifth is going to die. It's going to be Kanye dying. 3 members of the Crimson Legionaries squad will go down, and most importantly, Induced is still alive. Your ADC is still alive to try to siege down this mid lane. Maybe pick up an inhibitor, and Venom Horizon is going to get used, and Mantis is going to get dragged in and will just die to the Decimate. Huge damage. I'm sorry, Obliterate, not Decimate. Obliterate. Regardless of that, he gets obliterated. And Adamantis will fall. The mid inhibitor will fall. It's looking like it's going to be a Clown Gaming Gotham victory. I don't know. I know the results of the game. Obviously, I know who wins the series, but I don't know how it happens. And right now, I mean, it does look like Clown Gaming Gotham is the victors here in this one, and I can see why. Ever since getting the Infernal Soul, they have not really let off the gas. And unfortunately for Crimson Legionaries, they have not taken fights that they've been able to win. And that's the big issue with this composition, is that you're looking to see if Adamantis can burst down one of these carries. But it was such a brilliant play from Clan Gaming Gotham to pick up Induce's Zaya. He's able to use Featherstorm to get away from the Primordial Burst, which is the big determining factor in him staying alive in these games. Kanye is going to get seen by the sweeper, but is wise to what the side of Clan Gaming Gotham was trying to go for. And now you've got vision control once again confirmed over to the side of Clan Gaming Gotham. Got to move some of their vision over to the river. They know that they've got the Elder Dragon pit secured. And now what will Crimson Legionaries decide to do for this Nat team fight? The Event Horizon is going to get used. A lot of rooting is happening. And a lot of damage. Diamandis is unstoppable at double kill for the victor. And looking to get more. Batman will pick up one. It'll be Induced picking up one. Diamandis picking up two. And it's going to be Potato Tomato picking up the ace. A win for Clown Gaming Gotham. Unfortunately, just not enough damage. Induce was never in a bad situation, was never really in a bad spot once Featherstorm came online. And he's going to be able to pick up several kills, 9, 3, and 13. Nicely done. Congratulations to Clown Gaming Gotham. They will win Game 3, and they will win their first match here in the Aegis Guardians League in a 2-1 series against Crimson Legionaries. It was a very close battle throughout the best of 3. Game 2 going over to Crimson Legionaries' side, but unfortunately for the side of Crimson Legionaries, they do fall in Game 3. Soul stacking, super important there, or Dragon Soul, really important in deciding that game. The extra AoE damage, you just melt Adamantis at that point. You just melt Buckby in the Cataclysm. It just becomes his own furnace for demise, and unfortunately it results in a death in really important team fights, and it's gonna give Clown Gaming Gotham the win in Game 3. So congratulations to them. Nicely done. If you guys are enjoying the content, please feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, but then also please join us every Friday, Aegis Guardians League, starting at 5 p.m. EST, 8 p.m. EST. Ton of fun, super enjoyable. Hope you guys are there. And until next time, have a great night, everyone. Stay safe and take care.